pulling enemies toward the center.
I have never seen anybody use that, but that's so good. That could be used in so many combinations. I've never seen that used yet. That's a very, very, very powerful ability. Huh. Okay, let's just... Yikes. Okay. Are you dabbing? Oh. Samira and fucking Kiana just... I can't. I can't. I can't. Soraka diff. I did nothing. I literally did nothing, I guess. I did nothing. Alright, let's do a regular ARAM. Join the arena. How many- Wait a second! What? I knew it was out, but how many people- You can invite people now? Oh my god! Get me out! Jesus, okay. Wait a second! Hold on, I didn't know- Wait a second! Maybe I should play this on stream on the NA server where I'm not lagging. So I can actually, like, show off some skill. Hold on. This is so majestic. I love the cello. Minion Mancer. Laser eyes. Firing lasers as you move. Spell weak. Add more spell blast to your spell's blast. 8 players. New cameos. The event pass, of course. ARAM Clash! Oh! Wait, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'll do this live 12/9, 12/10. So a few days. Would you guys like to see me do an ARAM tournament? Beyond sir, can I join? Of course you can join. Of course you can join. That music was really pretty. Ooh, Camille! You're getting a prestige, I see. HWEI, come back, HWEI.
A former heir to the Temple of Ko.
God damn it. Hold on. Hold your ponies.
A former heir to the Temple of Koyan in Ionia, HWEI spent his youth training and honing paint magic with the temple's masters. Beneath his melancholic exterior is a fantastical and colorful imagination that he's able to bring to life with a swipe of his brush. Following the horrific yet captivating destruction of his temple home, HWEI's art now reflects an internal struggle between beauty and despair. The power of art can bring people together or rip them apart. Which will you choose? Welcome to the HWEI Champion Spotlight.
There's no secret to art. Just begin and keep going. That's all we can do.
You sound so depressed.
HWEI's Q, W, and E spellbooks each have 3 abilities that are accessed by pressing 2 keys, like QQ, QW, or QE, and share cooldowns with other spells from that spellbook. The Q spellbook, Disasters, summons bombastic AoE spells and is your primary damage source. Pressing QQ casts Devastating Fire, a fiery dart that soars out in a line and explodes on the first enemy hit or at the end of its path to all enemies in the area. QW is Severing Bolt, a delayed but powerful artillery shot. Immobilized or isolated targets take extra damage based on their missing health.
Huh. Interesting.
QE is Molten Fissure, an exploding lava field that deals damage and slows enemies in its path. The W spellbook, Serenities, is based around solo and team utility. WQ is Fleeting Current, giving you and your allies movement speed in a line. WW is Pool of Reflection, granting shields in an area. WE is Stirring Lights, 3 encircling lights that buff your next 3 attacks or abilities with bonus damage that restores mana on hit.
That's just like Nami, but instead, she doesn't restore mana, but like, that's basically just Nami. Interesting.
Shields in an area.
Go on, continue. Freak.
WE is Stirring Lights, 3 encircling lights that buff your next 3 attacks or abilities with bonus damage that restores mana on hit. The E spellbook, Torments, paints crowd control to restrain your enemies with horrific creation.
Ah!
EQ for
There's the fear.
Grim Visage damages and causes the enemy to flee. EW for Gaze of the Abyss summons a painted eye that will lock onto the first enemy champion it sees, firing after a slight delay, damaging and rooting the first thing in its path. EE for Crushing Maw, damaging and pulling enemies toward the center.
I have never seen anybody use that, but that's so good. That could be used in so many combinations. I've never seen that used yet. That's a very, very, very powerful ability.
First thing in its path. EE for Crushing Maw, damaging and pulling enemies toward the center, then slowing them as they crawl away.
Yeah, that's
this
broken.
Is a lot to digest.
That could be used for so many different combinations to get absolutely destroyed. Like, think of Malphite, think of Fiddlesticks, think of Zac. Even with Zac's pulling combo, you could double pull somebody. You get one, and then you get the other. You could do stuff like pulling people together and then Samir ult, or you could pull people together and use freaking Kiana. She could push them all against the wall, or Nar can grab them against the wall. There's so many things you can do. Wow!
I haven't even gotten to the rest of his kit. Here's a spellbook cheat sheet
Holy
to screenshot.
shit! Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god! Wow! Okay, yeah, wow, okay. There's a lot going on here. Serenity, Torment, Disaster, his base, and then he's got all the combos.
When initially playing
Visionary.
A painter meets their subject, eye to eye.
HWEI's passive is Signature of the Visionary. His damaging abilities mark enemy champions until it's detonated by a secondary damaging spell. If enemies can't move away in time, they'll be hit with a small AoE explosion. HWEI's passive is strongest when multiple targets are grouped for stacked Visionary detonation.
Look at that!
Timing
That's
is key
so
since enemies
good!
can leave the damage zone before the signature detonates. Quickly cast spells to apply the mark on several champions, then deal devastating AoE damage with a larger spell. HWEI's palette culminates into his ultimate work, Spiraling Despair. The spell sends out a thin, long-range missile that spawns a zone attached to the first enemy struck. Those caught in the zone are inflicted with Despair, an increasing slow that stacks over the ultimate's duration. They also receive ticking damage. Upon reaching the completion, the zone shatters, dealing tons of damage to all stuck within. Mastering HWEI's ultimate is to overwhelm your enemies with Despair, preventing their escape from the final implosion of damage. It's long range but can be tricky to land on one specific target. You'll want to utilize additional spellbook crowd control to help land the initial cast, then trap multiple targets when they're grouped up, and stack Despair slows to keep enemies stuck within the emptiness.
Yeah, I think he would be a really good support. That's so much utility, and he has mana regeneration, so he can stay in lane longer. As long as he's not poked out, which he is a poker, so he should poke out the enemy.
Then
he can probably be a very good
targets
support.
when they're grouped up, and stack Despair slows to keep enemies stuck within the emptiness.
None of us will leave unchanged. I'll make sense of our suffering.
With myriad gameplay possibilities, HWEI was made to unlock a new level of creativity for players by creating a kit that mixes and matches abilities for any situation. His playstyle is unique among mages and reliant on comboing spells and mastering artistic blends. Becoming a visionary is no small feat, and though HWEI's skill ceiling is higher than average, once the paint starts flowing, you'll be making masterpieces in no time. As mentioned earlier, HWEI spellbooks have 3 abilities each for a total of 9 possible basic abilities. Q abilities are damage-based, W abilities are utility-focused, and E abilities have crowd control. While some spells have a straightforward use, flex your artistic creativity to mix spellbook abilities and create spell
this champion has so much potential. So much potential. Wow.